I don't know. I don't know. Eagles go down 27-20. It wasn't even that close to the Redskins. The Eagles have lost 4 in a row to the Redskins now. And I don't know what it is because Kirk Cousins looks very mediocre against anyone else he plays against, but against the Eagles he seems to turn it on. I don't know what it is. Eagles defense, if he played the Eagles 16 times a year, he would be a first ballot Hall of Famer. You like that? I don't understand it. But you know what? The way the Eagles defense played today, anybody would have looked great against them. I talked about it earlier this offseason, what I wanted to see of this team, and that was competing. For the first 3 weeks, I saw that. And all of us saw that. And we were really feeling high, and great after the Pittsburgh game. And then after the bye week, it's like the switch got turned. It's like all the things that they were doing right before the bye week, getting pressure on the opposing quarterback, making life miserable for the opposing team, stopping the run, doing all of that, it's like now they don't know how to do that anymore. And you know what? You give praise when you give praise, and you give blame when it's time to give blame. I've always said that. I always do that in this channel. I will always keep it 100% with my viewers. I'm an Eagles fan. I've been an Eagles fan since 1993. I'm a Philadelphia sports fan. I live here. And no disrespect to people who don't. I don't know if, how many of those Eagle fans that live in other parts of the country or other parts of the world, if they follow the other Philadelphia teams or not. I don't know. Maybe you guys and gals do. Maybe you don't. I don't want to, sound like something, but I follow all these teams. I can't remember a time when it's been more difficult to do so than it is right now, because all 4 of them are in rebuild mode. And the Sixers, it's like every time they get a draft pick, there's a foot injury. I don't understand how that could happen, but it seems to happen. Phillies, God bless them. They gave us some great years. I miss it. I know right now we're in the NL and ALCSs. I miss that, man. I mean, it's even with the wild card now. They haven't been good since, 2010, 2011? 2012 maybe? I forget when it was that I think it was 2012 when they lost to the Cardinals in the NLDS, and then that pretty much ended it. I don't know. It's nice to see players who played here go to other teams and do well. That's fun, but it's not doing us any good right now. It's like when the Flyers got rid of all those players of the Kings and they won cups with the Kings and they were all happy there. Yeah, well, could have done that here. I mean, yeah. Anyhow, it's been tough. The Flyers, look, I think they're on more of a fast track than some of these other teams. I think their young talent are really going to show it this year. They're going to... I mean, some of them look, we saw what Gostisbehere looked like last season, and now we got, a couple other guys, Provorov and Konechny. Konechny, I can never say hockey players' names. I'm sorry about that, but they're just so hard to say. I do think that of our 4 teams, I think they'll probably be the next to win something. Probably not this season, but, going forward, and then there are the Eagles. And this is our life. The Eagles are the lifeblood of this town. This has always been a football town. This isn't a fly-by-night, just when they're winning, now we're going to be in the football type of city. This is a hard-nosed, football town. And the Eagles are the team that we love. And it's a relationship that hasn't really given us many rings, but we love this team. And we live and die with them. Like I said before this season, I didn't know what to expect. I win total, I couldn't tell you because I just didn't know. I didn't know what to expect. Rookie coach, rookie quarterback, all these new pieces in place, the coaching staff. I didn't know what to expect. Going through week 3, where it was like, oh man, they couldn't do anything wrong, and I knew it wasn't the way it was going to be the whole season. Come on, this is Philadelphia, okay? This isn't Chicago or LA or Boston or where he's played now, Cleveland, where things are going good. How about Cleveland, man? Come on, man. Really? They've earned it, though. Shout out to the Cleveland fans out there. You've all earned this, but I'm a Philadelphia sports fan. And damn it, it is hard as hell to be a Philadelphia sport. These years have been the toughest, and that even includes the drought, right, between what was it, 82, 83 Sixers and then the 08 Phillies, where you just, at least then though, you had teams that made runs. We haven't gotten through a first round or a playoff win, and God knows I mean, with the Eagles, it's been since 08. 08, 09 when they lost to the Cardinals in the NFC title game. That's the last playoff game they've won, for God's sakes. But we're with them every year. We're there. And some call us a little, foolish for doing so, but we're there. Okay? This is our team. We're not fair weather fans. We don't just, you hear from us more after losses than after wins, okay? That's just what this fan base is. You see a game like today, and look, the Redskins, they didn't even have Jordan Reed in that game, and it didn't matter. Their offensive line is not that good, and the Eagles couldn't get one sack on Kirk Cousins, not one. And I don't care what quarterback you are. If you're playing against a defense that can't touch you, you're going to look pretty good. And you know what? You praise when it's time to praise, you blame when it's time to blame. They got some Pro Bowl players on this team that's got to start stepping up, like Fletcher Cox. The only time we've heard Fletcher Cox's name the last 2 weeks is when he had some penalty. All right? It's time for you to step up. You should be dominating every guard, every center in this league. And instead, the only time we hear his name is when he has a horrible penalty. At a worst time that you can have a penalty. Third down situation when your defense can either get off the field or hold the team to a field goal attempt. Here comes a penalty by Fletcher Cox. I love Fletcher Cox as a defensive tackle. I think he's an awesome defensive tackle. But damn it, it's time for him to start playing like that again. And I know he's capable of dominating every game, and it's like the last 2 weeks he's been the invisible man. But then again, this defense, 6 out of the last 8 quarters have been the disappearing defense. 21 points they gave up first half against Detroit. 21 points they gave up first half against the Redskins. I understand it's on the road. It doesn't matter. If you're going to be a great defense, you got to play where you play. These were 2 winnable games. And they probably should have damn well won that Detroit game. Okay? Even with the horrible start, they had a chance to win that game, and Matthews fumbles the ball. And then, you know what? I can't even put that on Carson Wentz, the interception, because Aguilar doesn't know how to read the ball when it's in the air. And he doesn't know how to bat it away from a defender instead of the defender going and making him tackle the guy if you have to. If it's a penalty, who the hell cares? You still have over a minute to get down the field and get a game-winning field goal. Yes, it should have been an interception in the end zone today by Malcolm Jenkins, who had a pick 6 earlier. But you see how Deshaun Jackson played that ball? Knocked it away? That's what you're supposed to do as a wide receiver. God damn it. These guys make more money than I'll ever see. Do your freaking job. Earn that damn money. And I'm not a hater when it comes to people making money. All right? Hey, they're in that ability. They have that ability. They were able to do it. Okay, more power to them. I'm not an athlete. All right? But damn it, if you're getting paid all that money, you better damn well earn it. I'd love to see half that money. It's frustrating. We love a great defense here in Philadelphia. It's a shame we haven't had one in a number of years. And who knows? You know, as season goes on, this team could play better defensively. We're waiting on it. We've been waiting on a great defense for how many years? That's something we love around here. We hang our hats on great defenses around here. We want one. Instead, we get a bunch of missed tackles and bad penalties. Undisciplined play on both sides of the ball. 2 winnable games going into it. 2 of them. And they drop them both. Such is the life of an Eagles fan. This is what happens. This is what we do. But I'm not one of those that's going to say, oh, I'm never going to watch them again. Screw them. No, that's not how I roll. I've been watching this team since 1993. And I'll be watching them a long time later. All these other fan bases can come to me and shove rings in my face and this and that. Look at you, look at you. Hey, I'm a real fan. I stick with this team. They win, they don't win. I'm there. I'm there every week watching them. And I break it down as best as I can on YouTube after the game. Which, by the way, Dennis Santos, I got news for you. I'm a busy person. If I can't make the video right the second the game ends, I can't make the video the second the game ends. I understand you look forward to these videos. I love making them. I'm glad that there's people who enjoy watching them. But I'm a busy person. In less than 2 weeks, I'm going to be moving. I have a lot of other things on my mind and a lot of other more important things that I should be doing right now instead of making this video. But I'm doing it because this is what I do. But I will make the video. The one thing that you and everyone has to be rest assured of, after every Eagles game, win or lose, you will see a video from me. Whether it's that day, that night, the next day, whatever. It's when I have time to make it, I will make it. So don't you worry. I will make the video every week. So please do not post on one of my videos, when is your Eagle video coming out? It will come when it comes. I'm sorry if I sound frustrated, but you got to understand that. I have a life outside of this. You know, it's not just make videos all the time and watch. No, I got other things I got to do. So I do it when I can. I fit it in when I can. And I don't want to, sound like I'm, coming, getting all upset with you or whatever. But, just you have to understand that. But getting back on topic, I'm an Eagles fan. I'm always going to be an Eagles fan. This is what I do. This is the team I love. I live here in the Philadelphia area. These are my teams. They let me down a lot more than not, but these are my teams. One of the topics that came up today, I guess because of some comments that Deshaun Jackson made, do you think the Eagles, because he's a free agent to be after this season, do you think the Eagles should get him? Absolutely. I was 100% against them letting him go. I loved him when he was here. I know he was a head case. Name me a receiver who isn't. Okay, a big, flashy type of receiver like that. Name me one that isn't. That's what they are. That's just, it comes with the position, it seems, anymore. Chip Kelly saw it another way. He saw it that he was a bad guy. We don't need him around. Yeah, well, how many games did Chip Kelly win after that, okay? After that decision was made, how many playoff trips did this team have? How many wins does he have in San Francisco right now? Okay? Yeah. That Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly did not understand talent in the NFL. Chip Kelly had a lot of flaws, and one of them was not being able to assess NFL talent, keep them on the team, know that you need leaders to win. Deshaun Jackson, he wasn't the perfect teammate, perhaps, but you know what? He was a playmaker. He was a guy that brought fear to the opposing defense. That's something that this receiving core now does not bring. There are a bunch of possession receivers who cannot get separation. And when they do, they proceed to drop the ball. I don't hate on Jordan Matthews. I think Jordan Matthews could have a place on this team as a third receiver. I really do. I think he's better as a slot receiver. He's got to catch the ball a little more. But I think he could have a place here. I even think that Dorial Green-Beckham, you know what? He's raw. He's a very young receiver. But I think he has a greater upside, certainly than Nelson Aguilar. And I would keep him around. But you got to have more weapons. You have to have that receiver that the opposing defense is going to fear. Is going to say, oh, we can't let him get by us. And Deshaun Jackson's that receiver. Alshon Jeffrey's that receiver. I'll even say Terrell Pryor is that receiver. And if I'm the Eagles brass this offseason, you know what? And I will say this, and I'll continue to say this throughout the season. We have our franchise quarterback in place, Carson Wentz. He is the franchise quarterback. Carson Wentz is the real deal, okay? And you can say all you want, oh, look at the last few. Look what he has. Okay? Dallas fans can say all they want about, oh, but Dak Prescott hasn't had Des Bryant to throw to, and look at him. Yeah, well, look at that offensive line he has in front of him. Look at the running game, which, by the way, all those Dallas fans who lamented them getting Ezekiel Elliott, now he's their favorite guy, right? They all wanted Ramsey, or whatever, another defensive player, whatever. They all wanted something other than Ezekiel Elliott. And then now they have Ezekiel Elliott. They're all big Elliott fans. I knew he was going to be good, okay? Because I'm a running backs guy, all right? I knew that was a good pick for Dallas, and I'm an Eagles fan. And I hated that pick when they made it. I said, damn it. I wanted him to go somewhere else. All right? They have a great offensive line. They have a great running game. And you can win a lot of games with that. And it doesn't matter who's behind. If it's Prescott or Romo, it really doesn't matter. When you have that working for you, you're going to win a lot of games, as much as I hate to say that. I hate the fact that they keep winning. Damn it, I hate it. But look at what they got. Now, you give that to Carson Wentz, he might be undefeated right now. But they don't. They have a porous offensive line who, thanks to that dumbass Lane Johnson for another PED, now he's suspended 10 games. We knew that was coming. But now it's here, and after week 1, it's like, oh, God. They have receivers who can't get open. And when they do, they drop the ball. They don't have much of a running game. I don't know. So it's priority numero uno this offseason to get him some damn weapons. Because they have the franchise quarterback. Don't screw it up. And don't wait as long as it took Andy Reid to wait to figure it out that you need some big-time receivers. If you have that big-time quarterback, you better give him some weapons. I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated watching this. I can't blame Carson. He's doing all he can. He gets through this season in one piece. Props to the guy. It even shows even more he's the real deal. He's the franchise quarterback. You can get through this season with this offensive line and these weapons, or lack of, I should say. Wait till he has that in front of him. Wait till he has that to throw to. Hope we don't have to wait too long. I would take Deshaun Jackson back in a heartbeat. I still got my Jackson jerseys. I loved the guy when he was here. He was a headache, yeah, but he was a great receiver. And now, with Wentz throwing the ball, he can be a great receiver again here. They just need playmakers. Need playmakers. Sure, solidify this offensive line. Kelsey shouldn't be back. Sorry. Mr. Penalty shouldn't be back here. Undersized center. They gotta find a replacement after this season. And I hate the fact that we're going into week 7 and now I have to, now I'm like talking about the offseason. I don't want it to sound like that. But after watching the games, even when they were winning, receivers dropping the ball left and right, come on. Make some plays. It's frustrating. And after the first 3 weeks, just did not think I would have to make a video like this. I knew there would be losses. Okay, I'm not going to say, they were going to be 16-0 and whatever. I wasn't even one of those Eagle fans that was running around Super Bowl after they beat Pittsburgh. But I was excited. I was excited because of how well they were playing. It wasn't, it wasn't that, okay, there weren't flaws there. There were. But they were competing. They were doing everything that we missed the last few seasons. And now they're back to that again. At least for these last 2 weeks. And it doesn't get any easier with undefeated Minnesota Vikings coming into town. And Sammy Sleeves return to Philly. And, you look at the schedule coming up. These last 2 games were supposed to be the easy ones. Not that a division game on the road is ever easy, but when you compared that to what they have coming up in the schedule, I don't even know when the next win's going to be. Looking the way they did today. You know, it's like I said, I always keep it 100% with my viewers, and I always will. And I get frustrated. You know, if I made this video right after the game, oh my God, I would have sounded like EDP. Shout out to him. But the truth of the matter is I'm still excited for Carson Wentz. I'm still excited to see how this team kind of goes with him at quarterback. Hopefully he stays healthy. I mean, God, if Chase Daniel comes into a game, I can't even imagine. But the way this offensive line is playing, I mean, look, Vitae out there, he's doing all he can. The guy's a rookie making his first start. Okay? Why in the world are you not giving him any help? Why are you not putting a tight end there, a running back to chip something? I don't know. It was shades again. It was shades of Winston Justice against the Giants those years ago in the Meadowlands. Turnstile. That was his nickname after that game. I hope that's not Vitae's nickname the rest of the way, because they need him. And he needs some help. I mean, Minnesota next week, my God, if you thought the Redskins, what the heck are the Vikings going to do? That they have the best defensive line in the game. Okay? Imagine what they're going to do next week. So you better damn well help him in that one. I don't know. I wish I had answers. I wish, I had that crystal ball that I can tell you guys what's it going to be. But I'm at a loss right now. I'm at a loss with the fact that this team, that after the Detroit game, they were on the plane, they were watching film, they were going to correct things. It got worse. It got worse. Against the Redskins. It's not a great offense out there. I mean, they benched Jones a week ago. The same running back that ran for over 130 yards and a score today, they benched last week against the Ravens. I mean, I know the Redskins have played better since the first 2 weeks. They won 3 in a row, but, I mean, all 3 of those games, it's not like they walked away with them. They were close games, even against Cleveland. And the Eagles walk in there, and it's like, I don't understand it. I don't. I do, but I don't. But you are what you are. This offensive line is not good. It's not going to be good. The receivers are not going to be able to get separation from anybody. They got 3 possession receivers on this team as starters. No burners. I'd still like to see a little more out of a little more throws to Dorial Green Beckham. I certainly would like to see some of Aguilar's targets gone from him and on to Dorial Green Beckham or Matthews, or combined of the two. I've seen all I need to see out of Aguilar. I've had it with him. I don't know. They got some guys on the practice squad. Maybe bring one of them up. I mean, you need to do something, because this receiving core is embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's hardly an NFL receiving core out there. And I know, look, they're raw. I mean, Dorial Green Beckham, second-year player. Aguilar, second-year player. I get that. I understand. There's a lot of youth on this team. That's something we all have to remember. But my God, they can't get separation on any defense. Nothing. The tight ends, I mean, where are they? We're just not gonna throw to them. That's part of the offensive plan every week. I know today that Ertz dropped the ball or couldn't catch a ball that was pretty much there. May have been for a score, but damn it, man, where are the tight ends in this offense? And Peterson came from Kansas City. All they did was throw the ball at tight ends. I mean, why are we not even trying to throw the ball at tight ends here? We got receivers who just aren't doing anything. Well, maybe you want to try a tight end every once in a while. I don't know, and I get it. I mean, look, Wentz doesn't have the time to go through his progressions because he's got defenders in his face every time he drops back. I understand that, but where's the screen game? Where, but you know, where is this? You have Sproles on the field. Why are you not running any screens for him? Why? What is going on here? Help your quarterback just a little bit with the play calling. Again, look, he's a first-year head coach. I can't completely go off on the rails on Doug Peterson, and I'm certainly not going to blame it all on Carson Wentz. He's doing all he can do. It could have been Brady back there. It won't matter. You give Brady this offensive line, you think he's going to, Brady it up? No. I know it's frustrating, Eagles Nation. I totally know that. I've watched this since '93. I've been a fan of this team since '93, and I've seen games like this, too many to count. And it is frustrating because, you go through the start that we had, and we're like, oh, maybe we turn things around, and then we're back to, maybe not. I get it. I know the frustration. I think the one thing we have to remember is this is a young team still. They're going to make mistakes. It is what it is. I mean, you are who you are. And this team has a lot of learning to do, a lot of growing up to do. Defense certainly has to play better. They're capable of playing better. We saw them play better. Where the hell did it go? Bye week? Now all of a sudden, now we don't know what to do? We don't know how to tackle? I've never seen this before. It's like you're looking, then you come out of a bye week and it's like, well, we don't know how to play. How do you tackle? What's that? What are you supposed to do? No, we're just supposed to run next to the guy, aren't we? No, you're supposed to... I don't know. I'm at a loss for words. And that's hard for me. I was a communication major in college. And, my videos usually go long. I know. I do like to talk, but I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated, and in my mind, seeing the schedule, seeing what's coming up, seeing how frickin' Dallas is playing, how the Redskins have now won 4 in a row, the Giants even win today, I can't sit here with a straight face and tell you, oh yeah, we're still going to be okay, we'll make the playoffs, have a chance at winning the division. I can't say that. And it pains me to say this. I know if the Eagles went 15-0 and lost that last game of the season on a last-second field goal or something, EDP would make a video saying how the season's over. They suck. I don't know why I'm a fan. Shout out to him. But I mean, we're going into week 7, and I just feel like the season's done. No, this team's not going to contend for a division title this year. Not going to be a playoffs. Not going to be a playoff run that we've sorely missed around here for a number of years. But it's how I feel. I still think this season there's things to look forward to. I still want to see the progression of Carson Wentz, even though he has one of the worst receiving corps in football to throw the ball to. But I still want to see what he can do. This defense, I know, can play better. I want to see them play better. Hopefully this week against Minnesota they do. I want to see the progression of a Wendell Smallwood, Varner, even Dorial Green-Beckham. I've seen enough of Nelson Aguilar. I really have. But those other guys, I want to see what they're capable of, what they can bring. And hope to God this offseason this team can get some weapons here on offense. Bring Deshaun Jackson back. Bring D-Jax back. Bring D-Jax back where he belongs, here in Philly with these fans who still love him. Shout out to D-Jax, man. I miss you. I really do. I wish you were on this team so badly. But believe me, you got a quarterback to come to if you come back. And that's the one thing I think we can take from this season. If Carson Wentz continues to progress and to, show that he is that franchise quarterback, receivers are going to want to come here. Playmakers are going to want to go where there's a quarterback that's going to throw them the ball. And that's one thing we got to hope for, is that Carson can show that he's that guy. so that we can lure some of those receivers here in free agency. I mean, money talks too, but it doesn't hurt to have a guy that can throw you the ball. That's what I'm hoping. I'm not, saying the sky's falling and we just don't watch a game, give up. I'm not one of those. I would be hypocritical if I were. I watch every game. I watch every Eagles game from either here or if I go out and watch it somewhere. But I don't miss a game. In losing seasons and winning seasons, I'm always there watching them, hoping for the best. I'm an eternal optimist. I always feel before a season going into, but it's just the way they played the last 2 weeks. Unless they can turn it around real quick, it's going to be hard to do against Minnesota. But unless they can turn things around real quick, I mean, you're looking at a season that's just going down the tubes real quickly. And after a 3-0 start, did not see this coming at all. I mean, maybe I thought, okay, maybe they split the next two, but it certainly weren't going to lose the next two. Well, that's exactly what they did. Embarrassing. Today's game was embarrassing. Just simply embarrassing. No excuses. No excuses at all. They played like crap. They deserve to lose. If you play like that, you deserve to lose. And that's what happened. I mean, Redskins, they've won 4 in a row now. They're feeling good. I don't know. It's frustrating. It's disappointing. I can use a lot of other words to describe how I felt watching that game and how I felt after that game, how I feel right now. Because when you're a fan of a team and you root for the team with all your heart and things like this happen, it's the other part of being a fan. It's easy to be there when they're great and when they're having success and winning. But it's times like this that just test you so much. And I've been tested a lot with all 4 of these teams here for a number of years. And I hope these years of God knows what are going to lead to the good ones. Because, damn it, we deserve it. We deserve it so much. I mean, we just do. A lot of war wounds on us for these teams. And Eagles Nation all over the country and all over the world. There's a lot of war wounds with all you too. Watching this team, living and dying with this team. You guys are rooting for them, all across the country, on the other side of the country, other parts of the world, And I know how you guys are feeling because I'm feeling the same way. And it's not easy. And it certainly isn't easy with Dallas continually winning. You have to. I don't even watch their fans' videos. I can't deal with it. I'm sorry. The worst thing in the world is a happy Dallas fan. But no, I'm sick to my stomach with how they played today, and how they kind of reverted back to what they were a year ago when it was just. Last year was the hardest year to watch. It just was. And you guys could see that in my emotions after the games. It was torture. And today's game felt like that again. And I was hoping not to feel like that again this season. And any time again soon. And I felt like that watching this game. Watching all those missed tackles, the undisciplined penalties, dropping the ball. Just... God, I've almost gone on 35 minutes. I'm sorry. I'm going to end it here and try to get some rest after I upload this video. Again, I want people to know, I know there's a lot of Eagle fans who upload their videos right after the games and everything, and more power to them. I'm a busy person. I'm sorry that I can't get these videos done and uploaded before, right as soon as the game ends, but I watch the pre-games, the post-game stuff. A lot of times I'll have something to do after the game, go someplace, but just know that I always will have a video, win or lose. I'm going to be doing this series for years to come. this season, next season, every other. I'm not a member of the TTC. I don't do any of that. Okay, no offense to those who do, but that's not my stick here. Okay, that's not what I do. I try to break down the games as best I can, and I'm an Eagles fan, so I'm not gonna do these this video that, but I'm an Eagles fan, and this series is all about showing you what being an Eagles fan is all about, and going through the games like this, and going through the highs and the lows, and I hope to God that one of these seasons ends with the ultimate prize, and I hope to bring that to you all, and know that I mean it when I say that I speak from the heart. This is what I do. I'm not an analyst. I don't work for the NFL. All I am is a fan, and I'm an Eagles fan. Okay, I'm a fan of a team that's never won a Super Bowl. They have won NFL championships. I think people forget that sometimes. But being a fan is you're a fan, and it doesn't matter. And I'm gonna ride and die with this team until until my time is up. And that's just how it's gonna be. I'm gonna be making this series, doing these videos after every game. It might take a little time. It might take a day or two. Sometimes after games, but I'm always going to bring you a video after an Eagles game. So rest assured, and you don't have to keep bugging me in my videos to see if I'm going to make a video, because I am. This Season of the Fan series is just what it is. It's Season of the Fan. And I'm an Eagles fan, and these videos will always be brought to you, win or lose. Hopefully we'll have some more wins to talk about soon, but anyhow, God, I've gone on almost 37 minutes now. I'm sorry. I just had a lot to get off my chest. Eagles lose 27-20 to the Redskins. They're now 3-2. Big game this week at home against the Vikings. The Vikings are undefeated, coming off a bye. Sam Bradford's return to Philly. It was short-lived when he was here, but he returns. So it's Wentz versus Bradford, round 1. See how that game goes. Hopefully it's better than this one. Hopefully it's better than the last two. But they have a lot of work to do this week to correct some things. Alright, everyone. Well, that's going to do it for me, finally. Thanks you guys for watching as long as you did. Hope you hung in there with me. As always, go Birds, and I'll see you guys in the next one next week after the game against Minnesota. Hopefully it's a win to talk about then. Alright, everyone. Take care.